Beginner Course 5, Lesson 5, au restaurant. For this lesson, we're going to look at some dishes, translating not but also never and anymore, and we are going to use some phrases for ordering. So, as starter, en entrée ou en hors d'œuvre, I'm going to have, je vais prendre. In English, you say to have. In French, we say to take, prendre. A plate of delicatessen, une assiette de charcuterie. Some pâté, du pâté. A glass with layers, so in a glass, different things. It could be avocado, tomato, etc. Une verrine de. A salad, une salade. The soup of the day, la soupe du jour. So that's the starter, c'est l'entrée. En plat principal, as main course, je vais prendre some chicken, du poulet. The fish, le poisson. Some kebab of, des brochettes. So kebab, in French, we have that word, but that's really the Algerian type kebab. A casserole, un ragoût de. A vegetarian dish, un plat végétarien. A creamy casserole, so now we added cream to it. We don't call it ragoût, we call it une blanquette. Une blanquette de. The fish of the day, le plat du jour. The question to ask, quel est le plat du jour? What is the dish of the day? En accompagnement, so means to go with it, as side dish, je vais prendre some rice, du riz, some potatoes, des pommes de terre, some chips or French fries, des frites. Some mashed potatoes, de la purée de pommes de terre. French beans, des haricots verts. Couscous grain, du couscous, de la semoule de couscous. En dessert, as dessert, en dessert, je vais prendre a mousse cake, un bavarois, a cream, une crème, French trifle, une charlotte, de la charlotte, a layered cake of, with puff pastry, un millefeuille à. You could have different fillings. It could be the vanilla one, the normal one, or lemon one, etc. Then we have the cheese, du fromage ou l'assiette de fromage. And now my favorite, coffee and lots of little mini cakes or mini desserts is called the greedy coffee, un café gourmand, which is great because when you don't know which dessert to choose, just get that one and then you can taste a little bit of everything. Then we need the drinks. Comme boisson, nous allons prendre, we are going to have, nous allons prendre a carafe of water, une carafe d'eau. Some sparkly water, de l'eau pétillante ou de l'eau gazeuse. A bottle of mineral water, une bouteille d'eau minérale. A glass of red wine, un verre de vin rouge. A glass of white wine, un verre de vin blanc. A beer, une bière. And at the end of the meal, you might want a hot drink. Comme boisson chaude, je vais prendre a cup of tea, une tasse de thé, ou un thé, simply, a herbal tea, une tisane, a coffee, un café, a white coffee, un café au lait. And if you want tea, for example, with some milk, you need to add some extra milk. Avec du lait. Let's play a game. I'm going to mention a menu. You have to listen to me and work out which menu I have chosen. Je voudrais la verrine de crevettes comme hors d'œuvre. Comme plat principal, je voudrais la tagine de poulet. Comme dessert, je voudrais un gâteau à l'abricot. Et comme boisson, je voudrais un verre de vin. Quel menu? C'est le menu 5, menu 5. Well done if you found it. Now let's do another one, obviously not menu 5. Comme hors d'œuvre ou comme entrée, je voudrais la soupe du jour. Comme plat principal, je voudrais des brochettes de bœuf. Comme boisson, je voudrais un verre de vin. Comme dessert, je voudrais un millefeuille. C'est le menu 6. Regardons les négations. Pause now if you want to match the French to the English before I reveal the answers. Alors, ne pas, not. Ne plus, anymore. Ne jamais, never. Ne pas de, that one, by just adding de, we mean not any. Ne plus de, any, anymore. Ne jamais de, never any. So you notice I've left 3 dots between a ne and a pas, or the ne and a plus, or the ne and a jamais. So what goes in between is the verb that is adapted. That's where the verb goes, and if the verb has a second part, it will go after pas, plus, or jamais. Let's have a look at some examples. Ne pas. Je ne mange pas à 11 heures. I don't eat at 11 a.m. Je ne mange plus au café. I don't eat at the cafe anymore. Je ne mange jamais là. I never eat there. Je ne mange pas de poisson. I don't eat any fish. Je ne mange plus de viande. I don't eat any meat anymore. Or I don't eat meat anymore. Je ne mange jamais de crème. I never eat any cream. Do you remember them? Not any would be pas de. Never any, jamais de. Anymore, ne plus. Not, ne pas. Never, ne jamais. Any, anymore, ne plus de. Pause now if you want some time to think about how you would translate those sentences. I never eat any fish. Je ne mange jamais de poisson. He doesn't eat red meat. Il ne mange pas de viande rouge. I don't drink coffee anymore. Je ne bois plus de café. They don't like the cake. Ils n'aiment pas le gâteau. You never order some chips. Tu ne commandes jamais de frites. We are not having any coffee. Nous ne prenons pas de café. She doesn't eat her vegetables. Elle ne mange pas ses légumes. Et voilà, très bien.